Family, is Nomsa here at Nkosi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. With me today, I have Grant Morel and Abdul. How are you guys?
I'm great, thanks you. I'm really, really good. Pleased to be here. And Abdul, how are you?
Hi, Abdul. Is it frozen or something?
I think so. I think so. I don't know.
I think, yeah, it's frozen. Okay. So, So welcome to our channel, Nkosi Talk Shows family. So we're going to talk about the topic, how to embrace your inner beauty and own your differences. So welcome to this video. And as we dive into the deep, powerful concept of embracing your inner beauty, owning your differences. So our aim on this video is to empower you to fully embrace your individuality and celebrate your unique qualities, because we believe that everyone deserves to feel confident and comfortable in their own skin. And we also believe that your true authenticity and your true image, unapologetic, you can actually embrace it without comparing your life with anybody else. So, Grant, what do you think about the topic?
Thanks, Nomsa. I love this topic. It's a topic that comes up quite a lot when it comes to personal development. What should you do? What should you not do? And in the world of personal development, in the world of all this, we always say there's one word we don't say, which is but, because but is a negation. If you say, yeah, yeah, I like it, but it kind of means I don't like it. So we never say the word but you know what? I'm going to break the rule. I'm going to break the coaching rule and I'm going to say the word but, because in the word of owning your differences, okay, your inner beauty in it, I think it's good to own them. But there is a time where you should try to look at things you're not good at and improve them. And I'll go into more detail a little bit later. But I think, again, overall, you should learn to embrace your inner beauty and own your differences. So I'm going to pivot between the two to find which I believe is just the right balance of what I help to do with my clients. But I love the topic. I love it. It's one that's passionate to my heart and one that comes up in the personal development industry many, many times. Abdul, what do you think? What do you think about this week's topic?
Yeah, Grant, I think this topic is very, very important as compared to others that we've been treating so far. As humans, it is always important for us to know our differences, okay? Know our differences and then embrace our inner beauty. And this is one of the powerful tools that will help us to forge ahead with everything that we are doing. Okay, the moment you're able to know yourself, how unique you are as individual as compared to others, this is going to help you a lot in everything that you'll be doing. So it's very, very important as humans to take a critical self-introspection and then know who we are and then what is unique from us as compared to others.
To know who you are instead of comparing your life to others. I'd like to hear Granda's but, why there is a but in it. So yeah, embracing your inner beauty and own your differences is very, very important, because there are some people who always compare their beauty with other people. I have like, how many siblings do I have? I have 4 sisters. I never ever compare my life with them, but I've met people who have got siblings and they compare themselves to their siblings. They're like, growing up with the people who are like this, my sisters who are beautiful, I feel that is a torture. For me, I don't understand it, because we all have to embrace who we are. And our differences as well is what makes life exciting. and learning from each other as well. I have four sisters. I just have um I'm learning from the four of them. They are all different as the individual. My older sister, she's more laid back, beautiful. She loves beauty. She loves all this. She loves like doing her. She's good at that. She's good at so many things. And my two younger sisters, they're also three younger sisters, got five actually, or six.
Wow.
Yeah, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I've got five. They're all different and in their own way. So I wouldn't compare myself with my siblings because that would be a torture. But I love watching their differences, and I love them embracing who they are as people. I'm the crazy one anyway, so everybody just I'm the bonkers one in my family. So everyone in my family just like I just love to see people living their life because it's nice to embrace and also to know that beauty comes from within, because it doesn't matter how beautiful you are or how handsome you are. If you don't have a good heart, that beauty, it doesn't work. I don't know about you, Grant. What do you think? And I like to hear your butt.
Okay. Yeah, okay. This could become a catchphrase. Okay. Yeah. Inner beauty. Absolutely. If you're, if you appear to be beautiful, but you're not beautiful on the inside, it will show. It shows. I'm hugely into body language and human behavior. Well, as instinctive animals as we all are, growing from cavemen, we still have those instincts. We can still tell when something's off with someone. We can tell. And if someone aesthetically looks beautiful, but they're ugly inside, it shows. It shows pretty quickly. And in fact, and that can often look more unattractive than an average looking person with a beautiful heart. You know what it's like. You see some people and you say their smile lights up the room. Some people's energy, you can feel it behind you. You walk in, you're like, oh, I knew it was you. I used to know a lady, a wonderful, wonderful lady I knew 20 years ago. And she had the most amazing energy of success. I mean, success as in loving life. And she was financially successful also. And I swear, I could feel, I was in my car one day in the middle of Piccadilly Circus in London. And I had one of my members of staff with me at the time. And I suddenly thought of her. I had an overwhelming thought of her. And I was at these traffic lights, and then she walked right in front of the car. And she had energy. She beamed it. She was a little lady with beamed absolute positivity and energy. And she was one of the first people who said to me, you can do anything. You just need to learn how to think and speak it. And that was one of the first people. And I've lost contact with her over years, and I really wish I hadn't, because she was one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever met. I miss her dearly, and I've been trying to look for her. She's a lovely, lovely lady. So, beautiful. My butt. What do I mean by that? So the title is How to Embrace Your Inner Beauty and Own Your Differences. Great title. Fully agree with it. Now, but should we then just turn our back on things we're not particularly good at? There's a question. We should say we should just live in what we're good at and not worry about what we're bad at. I used to think this. Now I have a different thought. I think in terms of leadership, in terms of other things, in terms of growth, in terms of influence, it is good to look at things you're not good at. It is good to try to address that balance. Does that mean to say you spend your whole life beating yourself up because you're not great with numbers, or you're not great with fashion sense, or you haven't got a brilliant sense of humor? Does it mean to say you should beat yourself up about it? No. No, 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 no. I think you should try to do it. There's certain things that I do which I really dislike doing, but I get to the point where I can kind of do them if I really have to. But I will never, ever be an expert at them. I will never excel at them. It's nothing I would follow in a career path because it's not my natural flow. So I like to get to the point where I can kind of do it if I really, really have to. And that improves my confidence. That improves my assertiveness. It improves that. But then once I can, I choose not to. And instead, I choose to embrace my inner beauty and own my differences. That's what I meant by my but. Feel free to agree, disagree, add, delete, or add a comment. What do you think, Abdul? What do you think about that, my friend?
I think I would agree with you. Okay, in as much as we have to, know our difference, know our uniqueness, okay, and this is what's going to set us apart from others, okay. But as you mentioned, you also not have to focus on that alone, because sometimes in the world or in the society, you find yourself being in a leadership position, okay. So you have to, in as much as looking at your internal self, you also have to balance it with the people you are with. Okay, so that you have some kind of balanced leadership. Okay, you compare yourself and you also look and embrace others as well. But you have to stay true to yourself. You have to stay true to yourself. We have to, take a critical self-reflection of yourself and then know the kind of person you are. Okay, you take an introspection of yourself, know your strengths, okay, know your weakness, as compared to as business. You know, if you want to set up a business, you have to do your SWOT analysis, be able to identify your weakness, your strengths, and all that. Same as humans, okay, and that will, if you're able to do that internally, that's what's going to know the strength that you have, the power that you have to be able to do whatever you want to do. So it is very, very important to first discover yourself, discover who you are, what makes you unique, and the strength that you have, like I said, and then you gather all these things together and you have kind of an experience you are going to gain and able to push you ahead as to whatever you want to do. Okay, so it's very, very important to discover yourself first. And that is the powerful tool that's going to help you to forge yourself ahead. And also we have to have a kind of self-acceptance. You have to accept yourself. Okay, in as much as humans, we are not perfect. Okay, we are imperfection human beings. Okay, and perfection is not something that we all have to seek. Always has to be an ultimate goal for ourselves. You have to embrace your flaws as well and understand that no one is perfect, and it's our differences that make us very, very unique and very interesting. And beautiful human beings. So you have to take that one into consideration. You are not perfect human beings, nor we have to pretend to be. Okay, if you pretend to be a perfect human being, it's going to be, you are going to hurt others and yourself as well. So we have to take that one into consideration as well. And also, I think we also have to not to do too much comparison. Okay, too much comparison is also a thief of time. That's what I would say. Because if you avoid comparing yourself to others, especially, these days, a lot of people, living, should I say, a fake life? Okay, especially on the social media. Okay, they are living what they are not actually, and then trying to, influence people, in a negative manner. So whoever you may try to compare yourself with, and at the end of the day, you don't know the actual person, the kind of a person he is. Okay, so you have to stay true to yourself. Whatever you see online is most often created and doesn't represent the full reality of someone's life. So we have to, stay true to ourselves, stay true to our own uniqueness, and then forge ahead with whatever we want to do.
Excellent. Great point.
I love it when you say people are living a fake life. There's a coach, his name is Sai. He said that he used to see other coaches taking pictures with the sports cars and a private jet. And he got so wind up that why is he not living that lifestyle? What he didn't know, he says, what I didn't know was these people, they hire this private jet, they hire these cars just to take pictures and just show off on social media. He was like, I got so wind up until I actually realized, I needed to be a proper coach and get on with work and just coach. Yeah, he was like he said although he's a coach, he used to, because he was a one of top investment bankers. So he said when he got into coaching industry, he hired people, so he expected people to do the work, and then he will go on social media and see other coaches, they are putting pictures with driving nice cars, and he will be like, so wind up, why is my life not like this? Until he got it right that no, he needs to get involved in his branding. He needs to go deep and be and do the work, not expect the people that he's hired to do the work and just him just do the coaching. So it was like, I needed to understand my business. I needed to be me, not to compare my life. And you're spot on when you say people, they go around comparing their life. Me, what you see on social media is what you get in real life. Honestly, Granty will tell you that once, honestly, once we, after lockdown, actually, we moved out of the house after exchange. We couldn't find somebody, a house. We got we let down, and these people wanted to move into the house, and we didn't have a home. So we just moved out. So I've never faked it that, you know what, I'm living a good life. I just told people, you know what, I have money, but I'm homeless. So I was homeless living with my father-in-law, waiting because just during lockdown in UK, people were not moving houses. They were just staying, and there was no houses. And the houses that I could afford, they were not there. So I just stayed there. I didn't fake it or go on social media and say, oh, just look at me and all this. I don't do all that, because at the end of the day, it's fake. And sometimes I see people and I'm like, but that's not what I know, and things like that. So it's really, really very important. Grant, you actually said you can do anything. So the skills that you don't have, like the skills that you don't have strength in them, you just pass them over to somebody else. I don't mess about. If I don't know something, I don't do it. But what I do actually with my business, I try to learn something about the job. Like the website, Abdullah was telling me that my website is crap. It's actually crap. Because I actually did analytics when they handed over the website. I went on and did analytics for the website. It just says broken this, duplicate this, duplicate that. And when you look at it, it's not really good. It's a basic website compared to what I had before. And if somebody tells me, I'm like, oh, I already know, because I know that it's something that when somebody build a website for me, actually is somebody from, what's this website where you find people cheap to actually help you? What is this website? Is it Fiverr? Yeah. I found one of the girls there. This girl, she gave me some tip. She said, Nomsa, you need to actually, I asked her to do the work, and she did the work on my Instagram. And then after that, she handed over my account, and she gave me feedback how I need to run Instagram. Gave me some tip that you need to do some research. Everything you do, or when you hire somebody, do some research. When they say they're gonna do this, do some research, how it's done, how it should be. She was like, it doesn't take a long time, so people don't take you for granted. So what I do, I did that with the website before. The guy that built my professional website, when I went to do analytics, it was all like 70, 80%. No, it was 70% mobile, and desktop. It was like 80 or 90 was beautiful. But I knew that. So when you say grant a handover to somebody, someone else, the work, leadership, I don't mess about it. I know my weaknesses, I know my strength, and also you mentioned, Abdul, that discover yourself. What makes you unique? What makes you unique is very, very important if, for us to know who we are, not to go around and compare our clothes with somebody else and compare our cars and compare our skin. Our people do that. You will be surprised what people do. Honestly, they even compare themselves with the. I used to. With the hair, they compare the handbag, high heels, with so many things. It's a torture. It's a torture, honestly. I used to, when I moved to the UK, I went home and I see people when they go home, they have these beautiful cars. People hire cars, they borrow money in the UK, they go home, they hire cars, they're looking so glamorous, but then when they come back, they have to pay the loan back anyway. So, and then me and my friend who were laughing one day, I was like, I am not taking a loan for me to show off to people so I can come back and be stressed with the loan. I'm not doing that. So I think when I go home, I just live my life and just know that I'm beautiful as I am. I don't do like the fake. So I completely agree with you guys. When you do the fake, it's like people even compare their relationship. They're like, honey, that one goes on holiday. Why can't we even go on holiday? And that puts a strain, and you'll find, I feel sorry for men that you find them, they are stressed out and they want to please women. They want their women to look glamorous while they just broken. So I'm not sure. I don't know why people do that. I'm not sure. I don't know why people do that.
You know,
Over to Grant.
it's thank you, Nomsa. And as you know, I coach a lot of coaches. And a couple of years ago, we had a coach who was really upset that, he was just starting out being a coach, and it was kind of okay, but it wasn't fantastic. But he was so upset to see all these other coaches on I'm going to say social media, not going to say which one, on social media, and they all had Ferraris and yachts, and and I was like, which ones? And he told me, and I said, buddy, don't get too upset, because I know some of those people and they do not have a yacht and they do not have a Ferrari. I can promise you that. They are working part-time in like at a car phone shop or something like that, and just this is all image. So don't be upset by that facade you're seeing. Do some have it? Absolutely, some do, but don't be upset and don't. I was on a call, I was on a training this morning, a group training, and I was talking about not comparing yourself with other people. I'm a terrible one when it comes to people talk about the competition. I had a marketer the other day and said, "Who's your competition?" And I said, "I have no idea. I have no interest who they are. I wish them the very best of luck. I do what I do." And certain people will resonate with that and certain people won't. And I hope the same for them. But it was years ago that I used to look at competitive analysis when I studied marketing at university. I don't look at that stuff now. I just work on my brand, being who I am. And that is embracing my differences, I would say. There are many things I am not good at, and there are some things which I'm really good at. And yes, while I try to, improve the things I'm not good at, it doesn't become my main focus, because I feel if I focused on that, I would become average at everything. And you don't get paid by being average. And that's my view. And Abdul, you said something fantastic earlier about acceptance, accepting yourself. Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, I think you should look at things you're not good at and see, is it worth spending a little bit of time just getting them up a level or two? But accept who you are, because that for me is freedom. That is freedom. And I think when you're younger, you're always looking in the mirror, you're always looking at other people and thinking, and it's exhausting. And I think to a certain extent, you go through life, you have some life experiences. In the world of coaching, you do a lot of self-exploratory. And sometimes with just a little bit of age on your side, comes to a point where you just think, I really don't care. I don't care. I'm quite happy being me. And you know what? I'm comfortable in my skin. I have some things which I'm not great about. But you know what? The worst thing is when you hide that, because that shows. But when you can be congruent and just say, yeah, I'm pretty crap about it. You know, that's okay. That's owning it. And that's a very liberating place to be when you just let go. Like right now, you know, people will be looking at what I'm saying, they'll be judging what I'm saying. And that used to bother me years ago. But right now, I think, good luck. Help yourself. I'm not perfect. And by the way, I never said I was. So you may find an imperfection. Yeah, I'm sure you will. And good luck with that if it means something to you. That's not to be flippant about things I'm not good at. Like I say, I try to improve them, but it's not going to become my main focus. I'd rather focus on what I'm doing well so that I can help more people in the world with that. And that's my view. So don't worry about those with Ferraris and yachts because most of them haven't actually got them. I do know people in a related industry to what we're in, and they used to, you know, I mean, I profile people quite closely. So, and I remember seeing all these wonderful cars they had in a driveway, etc., etc. But you know what? The house didn't really match the car. And and they all look way too excited to have these cars. Now, you know what it's like if you have a nice car or a nice thing, you're really excited for a week or two. And after a while, it just becomes the car. I remember networking at a show, an internet marketing show years ago, digital marketing show. And I was trying to speak to one of the main speakers. And he said he never forgets, and he did have money, when he brought his wife a Ferrari for her birthday. Yeah, he said, I never forget. He said, to be honest, he said, him and his son were really excited about the Ferrari. His wife was much more excited about the handbag that he bought. And he said, you know, and he said, and I liked the Ferrari and it was great. And I was polishing it and taking photos and showing my friends. 3 weeks later, it was just the car. Yeah, a nice car, but it was just the car. It became normal to him, and that was it. So, you know, of course, the thing is, it's a nice little trimming. It's a nice icing on a cake. Yeah, it's a nice thing, but it's not the thing that makes the difference. And he was very upfront about that, and I really admired it. And there's nothing wrong with having nice things, nothing wrong with it at all. I applaud people for having them. I like having them. It's great. But it doesn't mean everything. And he certainly didn't pose next to a Ferrari that wasn't his. I can promise you that. And he dressed in quite a casual manner. So be who you are. Don't be afraid to be who you are. And I think it leads you to ultimate freedom and an awful lot of bliss in your life. That's my thoughts. But of course, society sometimes tells us we've got to be this or we've got to be that. There's a lot of pressure upon people, right? What do you think? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I think you are right. You are right. In as much as whatever you are saying, you know, now society kind of designs some kind of expectation for us to able to live according to that expectation. But you also have to understand that we have our differences, okay? And these days, people actually, I watched this particular documentary on YouTube, and where a company that what they do is they rent private jet for people who want to live a fake life, okay? And this private jet is stationed at one place; it doesn't move, okay? It's always at one place, and people pay huge sum of money. Okay, they go into their private jets and then recording themselves like they are in the air. I mean, going for meetings and all that. And this is real. This is something that is for a company who does that, because the company has realized that there's a target market. Okay, there are people that they love live a fake life. They love to show off actually what they don't have to people, to impress and then influence people. So they also able to create a product for them. Okay, so that's what they do. they serve those that they want to live a fake life. By the end of the day, if you come, we are going to give you the support. But hey, this is not real you. This is not real you. So you will have to, stop that and then stick to yourself and do whatever you want to do. Competition is very, very important in life, but a healthy competition. Okay, a healthy competition, like a product, a company that offers a product, no matter how the packaging of your product, no matter how the excellence of marketing will be, if your product doesn't serve value for your consumers, you are not going to have a lot of sales. Okay, your product should have a value for your consumer. So you can do that. Like I said, you can do all the marketing strategies. You can implement all those marketing strategies, all those packaging. But hey, the product should serve a purpose. If it doesn't serve the purpose, you won't have, a lot of sales to have. So that is the uniqueness that we are talking about. And William Shakespeare once said, he said, be not be afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. And this clearly shows how unique we are. We are all coming from different backgrounds, different society, different family, and all that. So you have to know that what people are having. Look at your foundation. Are you coming from that foundation? Were you being given this foundation? Are you coming from a rich home? Do you have a rich dad? Okay, you should look at that and then you compare yourself with people. You know, if you're coming from a poor background, there's no way you can compare with somebody who was born into richness. Okay, you can strive hard and then healthy compare yourself with them, but you should know that your journey is different from what they are doing. If they are driving Ferrari, you cannot drive, but you can drive your nice saloon car, maybe some Toyota, whatever you want to drive. And but mind you, if you strive hard, you can achieve something, either more than what they have or similar to what they have. So it's very, very important that we also not trying to compare people wrongly, because when building yourself, building your brand, you have to know your strength and your weakness, okay, so that you're able to know where you have to work on and where you have to, improve upon. If you don't do that and you want to copy wrongly, you lead nowhere. You are going into a wrong ditch. So, like John said, it's very, very important that there's a competition. Always competition is there, but we should engage ourselves in a healthy competition, and that will always make us, stay unique. Okay, have a different brand, and the different brand that you have, it makes you distinct from other brands. Okay, you know, we have Coca-Cola, we have Pepsi, we have McDonald's. These are unique brands. They didn't copy themselves. Okay, in as much as all these brands have a lot of customers, it is the uniqueness that made them to get these customers. So imagine if McDonald's is copying from other restaurants, there's no way they can reach where they are now. Okay, so we have to stay true to ourselves. We don't copy wrongly. We don't try to impress people by living a fake life. How long are you going to be able to afford that? Okay, so we have to stop that and then lead the real life that we have, and that was going to help us in a long way. I know that is the powerful tool that we have. So, Dobsa, what do you think?
I love that, Abdul. When you say competition is good, but it has to be a healthy one. Because when we do the work, we do the work because we want to achieve goals, and we want to serve our clients as well. We want them to be happy. But if we focus on the competition too much, competing with other companies, that means we're no longer serving our clients. We are like comparing and wanting to be better than other people. But let our clients be the one that are judging us by providing a good service. So you don't need to compare. I've had a marketing guy once I had a meeting with on Instagram, and this guy said, so what we do is we take videos on good places with nice cars, or you can. I was like, you know what? I think I'm better off with my Instagram. And when one of the guys, when they actually were giving me an award, they one of their points where we like your social media is more personal. It's not like done professional, like to say, look at me. It's more personal. We can see your character in it. And it's like when you post, it's just real. Me, I just post. I post to the real world, what happens in the real world. Because I know if I post something that doesn't exist and somebody to look at the car or to look at the video instead of reading the content, and then that means it's misleading. We live in this world, there's so much brokenness. And Grant, you mentioned the judging, that people judge. Guess what? Whether you do good, there's always going to be somebody that is going to come in and judge you. So for me, what I've learned the hard way is just to be Nomsa, not to pretend to be something that I'm not. Or if somebody judges me, it's fine and let them judge. It's really important that we understand who we are, our characters, like rediscovering our journey, where we need to be. And I always say to myself, if people are judging me, that means they're not meant to be on my path. Anybody that wants to be on my path, they will come and they will follow, and then I'll follow them. But anything else where I have to put on something else, where I have to pretend to be something that I'm not, I go to church. I love clothes. So when I go to church, I love clothes, but I don't spend too much money on clothes. So I always say in my church, when I go to church, they're like, oh, no, sir, I love your dress. You look so beautiful. You always look so beautiful. I'm like, don't you start going spending money on clothes. I register myself on apps, actually. Whenever they have a big discount, they send me a big discount, or sometimes you find clothes for £500. I buy them 100. I never spend £100 actually, because they give me a discount. And then there's another app, like when you buy something, it will scan your coupon and then it give me like a coupon. It give me a coupon, like if something is £100, it give me a coupon for £20. So I add that coupon. So I always say to my two people, please do not copy me. I went to Desmond O'Connor's event once, and this girl came to me and said, Noms, I love how you dress. I said to Des, I need to change my style. Look at Noms. I was like, are you kidding me? I admire your style. Honestly, this woman can dress. She is so beautiful. She can dress. And she was like, I was telling Des, because Des is her coach as well. I was telling Des that I need to upgrade. I was like, why you need to upgrade? What do you mean you need to upgrade? So she was like, I need to upgrade. So the dress that she saw me wearing it on social media, yeah. I used to volunteer in a charity shop, and in Henley is a celebrity. There's celebrities, there's wealthy people. So people just walk in they buy clothes, they don't wear them. So they just buy in and dump them. So I bought that dress. Like, I think the dress cost £500. I bought it for £15. It was new, and she was referring to that dress and saying, I love that dress. So I was like, please don't change your style because of me. I always have to put people straight, like, don't do this because you've seen my pictures, because I get the discounts. I register myself in all designer clothes, designer places, but I never spend that kind of money, because whenever they have discount, they send you an email. We have this. Or sometimes like earphones, sometimes I go on Amazon, earphones for £200 test. I test £20. So, and people, they're like, I love your earphones. Do you like gaming? I'm like, I don't do gaming, but please don't go spend money, because I never, honestly, that's why it's very important to never ever compare your life with anybody. Like what you were saying, Abdul, comparison is a thief of joy. You're stealing your joy, because God created you to be individual. And the blessings, when God give you blessings, he does not give you blessings based on Nomsa has this or Abdul is got this. He gave you blessings based on having mercy on you and knowing that they belong to you. So you have to not own your life, claim your life, design your life how you want it to be, not to compare it and never worry about those people that are judgmental. The judgmental ones, they're always going to be judgmental. But I find that the people that like they want to learn, they are humbled with integrity, they succeed. You see, if Bill Gates was judgmental, he would not have been a billionaire. So that's how we need to see life. Life is it's like we're here at Ngozi Talk Shows. Ngozi Talk Shows, we don't have coaches that are full of it, do we, Grant?
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Yeah, we just a nice small family. Yeah, I just love you guys. We're just like this small family that we accept each other for who we are. And Kamal, the only person who speaks the truth is Grant and Kamal. But Kamal, she always comes to me and say, "No, sir, that is crap." Or she'll go on my website and say, sometimes she's not right. He is not always right, though. He will say, "Let's change that." And then we just change it. Or if he has some ideas, just, it's nice to live that life where you accept your life fully and just embrace your true authenticity. Over to you, Grant.
Thank you, Nomsa. Yeah, it's freedom, and I love that you're stealing, your joy, because think of it this way: if you're too busy looking at other people and comparing yourself to other people, if you're too busy doing that, well, imagine if you're too busy looking at other people. If you're driving a car and you're too busy looking at other things all the time, what's going to happen? You got it. You're going to crash. And this is what happens in your life. You spend too long looking at other people and other things. You're missing your gift of life, of what you're doing. If I could say one thing to people, and that's why I love this subject so much, the one thing you can do is give yourself the gift of just letting go. Just let go and be yourself, and it is liberating. If you can decide to do it, you will notice your shoulders will drop immediately. You'll breathe a sigh of relief. You will come across as more confident and more attractive. Do I mean attractive to a life partner? Maybe. But what I meant was attractive in all senses of life. Attractive in business, attractive in partners, attractive with friends, a person people want to socialize with a bit, because you have something that they don't want. Now, if people are judging them, or perhaps if we're judging other people, guess what? It means we're being a bit insecure about ourselves, because we're looking for what? Validation, that I'm better than that person. That's what we're looking at. Perhaps I'm not going to go into this one here, but I like win-win situations. I know it sounds a bit of a cliche, but I really do. I'm not particularly interested in winning, which means by winning, it means I've beaten someone else. I've got more power because that means I'm going to feel good. By default, it means they're going to feel pretty bad. That doesn't make me feel good. I'm not competitive. I'm collaborative. Look, we're here on the show. I like collaborating. Have I got all the answers? Nope. Between us, have we got the answers? I think so. And it's nice. It's easier. Working with other people, good people, it's about getting the right people, can be an absolute pleasure and a joy. And you can lighten up your life. Even, as I'm giving advice and I'm listening to you guys giving advice, I'm sitting there thinking, that's helped me. And it helps each other. So embrace it. But when you're too busy judging, you don't let stuff in. And there's all this good, what I call mental vitamins coming your way, and you're bouncing them off because you're being judgmental. You're too worried. You're too tight. You're like a cold spring. Be loose, be open, be with it, and you can accept all the goodness around you. And you project that to other people. When you project it to other people, they like it, because you know why? They would like to be like it. You have something that they don't quite realize what it is. And guess what? When you have that, more good things come your way. So by relaxing, being more relaxed in what you're doing and easier, it actually lets yourself off the hook and attracts more good things to your life. And when you can do, I'm not saying I can do it all the time, but when you can do it, it's a beautiful thing, and it's a practice. It's a practice worth doing. Abdul, any thoughts about that? Seen anybody do that? Any thoughts, tips?
Okay, so the thing is this. Okay, we have different vision, we have different goals. Okay, and I remember this during my bachelor's degree. There was this guy in my class that anytime they score us with our courses, this guy will come in and trying to see everyone's grade, the kind of grade that you had in the various courses, and this guy wants to compare it with his and then say, hey, I got a better grade than you and all that. And then this kept on and then doing that. And then one day, one of my colleagues, this guy said, hey, my friend, I think you have to stop this because you don't know where we are all coming from. We are coming from different families. Look, I'm not interested in getting the first class here. Okay, my father has built a business. Okay, I'm just here to get a good certificate and go and take over my dad's company. So maybe if you want to get a first class and then go and search for a job, I'm not going to do that. I already have a business. I just need to get my certificate and go and take over. So this is the reality. Okay, we all have a different goals and different visions. So what you want to achieve is different from somebody else. If you want to be a doctor, you have to study courses that are what they call medicine related. If you want to study psychology, you have to study courses that are psychology related. You can't want to be a medicine and you want to go and study IT. Okay, it's different thing. So you have to focus on yourself. Okay, if you're confident enough, I know sometimes people have a kind of a low self-esteem because those people are not able to discover who they are. So they have this kind of low self-esteem that they always want to live to impress people. But if you discover yourself very well, you know that this is my uniqueness. Okay, you will have enough confidence to stand, talk to yourself, and then do whatever you want to do. Okay, at the same time, not hurting anybody, being humble at the same time. So sometimes people confuse you being confident with arrogance. Okay, if you are confident enough, I mean, it's something that is very, very objective. Everybody is going to see this guy is confident. Okay, he believes in what he does. That's what sets him different from others. So I don't know if you have to, I mean, be true to yourself, saying true to yourself, and being open to your personal growth and learning. So the more you understand and the world around you, the more you understand yourself, and the better you can appreciate your uniqueness and then live a fulfilling life. Namza, you have something to share?
Yeah, I love that. I love that when you say people compare their degrees and compare their grades. I have my daughter. My daughter, she's very, very intelligent, and she goes to one of the top schools in the UK. But I love the attitude that I'm bringing her up. They're very, very close with their friends. They never compare their grades. They always support each other. And I think that is more important to actually be the example to our children, to this generation, that comparing your life with somebody else, it doesn't help. But I always say to her, you have to stand out in your bloodline. You cannot be the same like your fathers, like your uncles. You got to be different. You got to look at them. What is the gap in your bloodline? How can you change? And when you do change, make sure you change so that people can actually they can actually use your examples and be a role model to them, not to say, look at me, I'm better than you. And that does not work. It doesn't really work when it comes to reality. Even God does not want us to live that life. So it's very, very important for us to embrace who we are, our true authenticity, And for me, I cannot hang around with people that are comparing themselves to, like showing me that they are better than me. I cannot do that. And also your insecurities, if you are aware of your insecurities. I used to have insecurities before I was a fake Christian because I didn't know how to actually use the Bible to my own advantage. But then when I actually learned to use the Bible, and also when I had an encounter with Lucifer, I don't have insecurities no more. And I know that he's sometimes the one that puts insecurities to people. So it's very, very important. And to understand the power of self-care as well is very, very important. And Abdul, you mentioned imperfection, that we are not perfect. We are this human being that we live our life. We just have to be happy and know that we are not perfect. If people have expectations for us to be perfect, then it's never going to happen anyway. So it's very, very important. Also, the power of love. I always say to people, love is the umbrella of everything. You know, it's like even when it comes to leadership, love comes with everything. You got to love people. I work with Andrea, marketing. Andrea, he does marketing. I've introduced you to him, and he did one day last month. Actually, he did Facebook, and things didn't work. He wasted money, and he goes, "No, sir, things have not worked out." And I was like, "Why are you apologizing?" So I was like, "So I have to like you if things work out. So if the things don't work out now, it means we are in trouble. So that's not a relationship." So I said to him, "We tested it. I agreed to it as well. So it's fine." So it's nice to actually live the life and be a leader. And like here at Ngozi Talk Shows, Grant, I was telling you that we don't have coaches that are like, "Look at me, I'm better than you." Everybody is humbled. We all lead with we are different, one voice. Me, I sometimes I love God. I talk about God a lot in the talk show. I'm a different coach, and Grant is a different coach, and everybody else. And now, Abdul, you're coming in, and you are as an individual, and you talk about we are all the same. We have one voice heading to one journey. We have this journey that we all want success. We want to succeed in life. Our voices are the same, but we understand that we are different. And because we are not meant to be the same. So I think if any audiences that are watching know that you are different, you don't try to compare your life with somebody else, because it doesn't work. It's like I tell my clients that if you meet somebody, well, let's say you're a guy, if you have money and you use money to get a girl, that relationship, it doesn't work. If you're a woman and then you fake it to get a man, and then a few months later, a man, you fake it to get a woman. A few months later, your true self is going to show up, and it's going to cause confusion in a relationship. And the people are going to, the man will be like, or the woman will be like, "That's not the person that I met." And then it will cause chaos. So let somebody meet the real you. And when they do meet the real you know what I used to do, Grant, when I meet guys?
Tell me.
I'll just listen to this guy, what he likes and things like that. If I like the guy, my character goes with him. So now I like what he does, even if I don't like it. My character goes with him. I just follow. I was a follower until I was like, you know what? I don't have to live like this. I actually decided one day that I'm just gonna work on myself. I worked on myself and unapologetic when I met Martin. a few months later, he looked at me and he was like, Nomsa, you are not fake, are you? And I was like, what do you mean I'm not fake? Honestly, he looked at me and he was like, you are not fake. And I was like, I don't understand. What do you mean? And he was like, there's too many girls that you meet and they pretend to be something they're not. And you can see it. Sometimes it puts you off, but sometimes you go along with it and you know they're not real. And I was like, okay, I don't have that time. I've passed that time where I have to pretend to be something that you're not. It's frustrating because you have to put up with that personality. If you see me like with whatever I'm doing on social media, it means I don't have to put on no personality. It means that is just me. I'm just doing it. So if I have to put on personality for somebody to like me or to say, oh, I want to date this person, that's not right. So I even tell my children that don't pretend to be something that you're not. Or sometimes if I go home, I'm 45. I love my mom. I just cuddle with my mom. My mom and my dad, they come from a big family. Or sometimes we have a get together with about 20 people or 30 people. I just sit next to my mom and cuddle with my mom because that's who I am. And sometimes the people will be looking at each other, but they know they're used to it. So I don't really care. I don't really care because I don't see a point of, as long as I'm not hurting anybody, I'm just being me. I don't see a point. Honestly, I don't know about you guys. For me, I don't see a point.
What could be a problem with hugging your mother anyway? I would encourage that, you know.
Well, honestly, when I go home, I just cuddle with my mom. We're walking, holding hands, and we're talking. And when we're at home, if I'm not doing nothing, I just sit next to my mom and just cuddle with my mom because I don't see her very often. And that's what I do because that's me. I don't really care about what people think she's a baby. No, she's not. I just love my mom or my dad or my dad. So
That's good.
anyway, any words of encouragement, guys? It's 2 o'clock. Grant, do you have any words of encouragement you'd like to leave with our audience?
Yeah, thank you, Nomsa. My words of encouragement are, I finished as I started off by saying that if you're looking at things that you're not good at, would it be an idea to spend a little bit of time just seeing how you can get a little bit better at them for your self-confidence? I think so. Don't obsess on it. And if you do get better, do it in stages. Do it a bit at a time. It's how I always say, how do you eat an elephant? One mouthful at a time. But more than anything, focus on what you love, because this life is a journey. It's a blessing. And by doing the things you love, you will bring out the best in yourself. You will be in your flow, your chi, as people call it. Okay. You will give your best work to the world and you will shine. And people will always remember not what you did for them, but the way you made them feel. And by doing the things you love, you will be feeling great, and then you project that to other people. If you want to know more about that, please contact me and I can tell you how I help my clients to be their authentic self and to succeed in their careers, their relationships, and their business. But most of all, have fun, enjoy it, and celebrate yourself. That's what I feel like saying. And over to you, Abdul.
Okay, thank you. So the final thing I would say is that we are all aware that all the big brands in the world, it took them a very long time to build those brands. Okay, so and these brands are very unique in their own way. That is what has kept them going. So as individuals, we have to remember that the journey of staying building ourselves will sometimes will take time. Okay, but it's okay to have sometimes have a moment of self-doubt. The key is to stay true to yourself, persist in your effort to embrace your inner beauty and own your differences, as it can lead to a great self-confidence and happiness and more authentic and fulfilling life. So this is my final words.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abdul and Grant. For me as well, I agree with both of you. And I'm just going to say, you know what? When happiness is found in your life, you will never ever be disappointed. And regardless of what people think or they treat you, because when you find a happiness, it means you are happy within. You don't have to put on something, some no personality. You don't let people affirm who you are. You know who you are, and you keep discovering who you are as a person. Is discover self-discovery ending? No, it's not, because you keep working on yourself, things you are good at and things you are not good at. That's the beauty of life. Life is a blessing, like Grant said. And guys, if you want to connect with us, you can go to our social media. We have a group on Facebook, on Gossip Talk Shows group and Unique Billionaire Mindset. You can join those groups, or you can like our pages, HSCIA and Gossip Talk Shows. If you want to connect with any of these coaches, guys, you can send me a message. My office number is everywhere. You can find it, even on the website. Or if you need coaching, just get in touch. Find your own voice is what we do at Ngozi Talk Shows, and lead from within. Live with grace, everyone, and God bless.